Good day, dear students. I welcome you all to the discussion on the lesson The Wolf by Farooq Salman. This is Alice Cherian, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Government First Grade College, Kiarpuram, Bangalore. Dear students, this lesson, The Wolf, is prescribed for the first semester B.Sc students in the test prescribed by Bengaluru North University. In this discussion today, we will discuss the lesson, The Wolf. Before we start our discussion, I would like to, brainstorm you to know or to prepare ourselves how we understand this concept of fear. Okay, so this lesson, The Wolf, is an allegory. I would like to introduce to you what is allegory in English literature. An allegory is a story or a poem or picture that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning, typically a moral or a political one. The lesson, The Wolf, is an allegory of every man staying in his comfort zone, leading a life of boredom, frightened, haunted, and constantly oppressed, never tasting the fruits of freedom. So this lesson advocates that the courage to be courageous is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Fear is the name of an unpleasant emotion caused by the threat of danger, pain, or harm. When you sense a threat, when you sense a danger, definitely every human being has this unpleasant emotion called fear. There is nobody who can vouch and say that I have never experienced fear. So let us not have a wrong conception of being courageous. That is, to be courageous is absence or total absence of fear. No, to be courageous or to be brave means the person has conquered or has faced the fears, or he has triumphed over the fear that he has. Every one of us have our own fears. It's not that everybody has the same level of fear, and it is not that everybody has same fear, right? If someone has fear of rejection, someone has stage fear. If somebody has examination phobia, then somebody has fear of, darkness, right? So there are different kinds of fears. Fear is imaginary, and that to be brave is to face that fear, to face the fear and to conquer it, right? We may apply different ways, or we may have different strategies to face our fear. But the main aspect is, are we facing it or are we running away from our fear? So let this lesson be a way of provoking our thoughts, and at the outset, to make it more meaningful, I would suggest that you write down the fears you have. For example, fear A, fear B, fear C. The three common fears or the three dreadful fears that you have individually. And then write down the initiations or the steps that you have taken to conquer them, to face them, right? For example, if you have a fear of stage fear, have you really tried to take up or to participate in competitions and come on stage so that you can kill this fear, so that you can conquer this fear? Have you done that? Right? So what are the steps that you have taken? This can be a very personal exercise to do, but I suggest you do that because this will make our discussion more meaningful. So coming to the lesson, let me introduce to you the author of this lesson. Is Farooq Salman. Farooq Salman is a Pakistani writer who writes in Pashto, Urdu, and English languages. He belongs to the Pakistan's province Baluchistan's capital city, Quetta. He is practicing law in Quetta Session Court of Baluchistan and High Court of Baluchistan. He is also winner of Best Book Award, and he has many laurels and awards to his credit. The lesson, The Wolf, starts with a quotation by Nelson Mandela, or to quote Nelson Mandela, He said that I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Many a times, we applaud people for being courageous, imagining or believing that these are the people who never faced fear. It is not so. They did have fear, maybe different in different capacities and different variations, but they tried to conquer it. So today, dear students, we may have many fears. How do we conquer them? And the only way to conquer that fear is to face the fear. Now, how do we face those fears? And the only way we can face those fears is to prepare to face them. Prepare yourself, prepare mentally, physically, depending on the nature of the fear you have. Prepare. Don't wait the fear to challenge you. Don't wait for the fear to conquer you. Instead, prepare to conquer the fear. Right? Okay. The lesson wolf. It's a wonderful allegory, teaching us many things. As I told you, an allegory, conveys meanings. It has typical moral lessons, moral political meanings. It can also be interpreted in different levels. The meaning can be in different levels. So it depends on the way you interpret it, right? So the lesson, the wolf, starts with our narrator taking shelter in a tree to protect himself from the vicious wolf standing below. Vicious means cruel wolf standing below the tree. And he thinks that the wolf is waiting for him to get down to tear him to shreds. This is his imagination. And he strongly believes this imagination. And he thinks that the wolf is waiting so that he will get down and it will devour him. Okay? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ತೋಳದಿಂದ ತನ್ನನ್ನು ತಾನು ರಕ್ಷಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ನರೇಟರ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಬರಹಗಾರನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಒಂದು ಮರವನ್ನ ಹತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅವನ ಒಂದೇ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಮರ ಉದ್ದ ಅಥವಾ ಎತ್ತರ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ತೋಳ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಹೇಗೂ ಈ ಮರ ಕಾಪಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನುವ ಒಂದೇ ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆ, ಭರವಸೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ಮರವನ್ನ ಹತ್ತಾನೆ. Right? So many times in our life also, we climb many trees, to escape from the wolf waiting for us. But dear students, it's better, that we analyze our lives. That's why I want you to start writing or start noting, what is that tree in your life where you are hiding? Okay, what is the wolf in your life? Okay, where are you, of which you are afraid of? The wolf here represents the fear, the challenges that we have in our lives. Okay, so the tree here represents some person or some security, maybe finance, maybe your education, maybe your health, or whatever through which you want to hide away from that fear. Okay, so what is that tree in your life on which you're hiding from this fear, thinking that this will protect me from this? Okay, so let us step by step analyze and try to understand how we can learn to face our fears. So the tree that harbors him is a strange one and could be called a magical tree. Now that our narrator is on the tree to escape from the vicious wolf standing below, this tree is magical in its nature. That is, it can provide all the needs of our author or of our narrator. It can provide a TV to him. If he wishes, if he asks for a TV, the tree provides it for him. If he asks for a cozy, soft bed, the tree provides for him. Any delicacies, any food he desires, the tree provides for him. It's a magical tree. All his needs are met. He's very, very comfortable. So definitely we expect that our author is happy. But sadly, he's not happy. So that drives us to the point that to be comfortable is not to be happy. Many a times we think that if we get these comforts, we will be happy? Definitely no, students. Happiness is something which is very, comes from within. It depends on some soulful things. We need to find out that in our life. What makes you really happy, right? So this tree, though it provides all the needs for our author, for our narrator, it doesn't make him happy. His wishes are immediately fulfilled. All his needs are met by the tree. All comforts are there. Everything that he desires in his life is there. But yet, he is not happy. So we need to drive home one more point here. It is not the physical things that we are surrounded with that makes us happy. As I told you earlier, it is something from within, that we need to search that makes us happy. Maybe reading makes me happy. Maybe you find your happiness in helping somebody. Maybe you find your happiness in just making somebody happy, right? So we need to find that, inherent thing that is in us that can make us happy. But our author is not happy mainly because he lacks freedom. He gets all his comfort only in the limitation of the tree. Until he is on the tree, he gets all this. Maybe he may get better than that if he comes down from the tree, but he is not willing, as he's very, very much afraid of, the wolf. Why I'm saying very, very is I want you to, sense that fear, that the author has. You see, that he badly strives for freedom, but he does not have the courage to get down and face the wolf. So it demands that he gets down and kills the wolf if he wants freedom. He does not have that courage. So he sits there on the tree, you see, and he strongly believes that the tree will protect him from the vicious wolf. Though the tree provides him all comfort, it is TV, bed, food, all the comforts are provided, but yet he does not have freedom. Freedom is something very, very important. Any human being would wish or must have, right? Freedom comes when you are fearless, most of the time, right? When you're fearless, your head is held high and you sense that freedom are the true fruits of freedom. So the author seeks freedom, but he does not have the courage to have freedom. The freedom here for our author comes with a price. To get that freedom, he needs to get down and he has to kill that wolf. Dear students, let us ask ourselves a question. Are we completely free? And when I say free or freedom, I'm talking about our mindset, right? Do we face some imaginary fears? Are we dreadful about some situations in our life? Are we running away from those fears? Then how can we face them, right? Let us continue our discussion in the next session. Thank you.